about nobody hand with that same agenda. You can put a brick in your hand. You can be a black devil. I don't give a fuck. I was raised by the master. We can use you too. Question is, if you ain't gonna pick no damn brick up, why you still trying to be around the fucking foundation? As we form in the pyramid. You see, you look out into the world, we form in the pyramid. I don't give a fuck about young Pharaoh. I know you ain't probably mean nothing by asking me that, but I don't give a fuck about what he got going on. Y'all should have seen that when he put on the blonde wig. Years ago. Y'all ain't even gonna draw the line at the nails. Y'all just gonna say it's MK Ultra, and you gonna wait for a video to drop, a tape to release or some shit for you to draw the line. And even still, you gonna say he was drugged. I don't care nothing about no young Pharaoh. I'm talking about something that actually matter, which is progress. Ain't no progress come from young Pharaoh. We got a few people throwed out because of him. We talking about real progress. People really waking up. People really getting emotional. But we cannot do that, bro. If people around are holding on to the fucking brakes. Think about what I'm saying. I reached out to the Nubians. I reached out to the Sabians. Them were the first ones I was coming to. Wouldn't you understand that I came to my own and my own receiving me not? So now they out there trying to slander me. And all of them got something negative to say. Some dodo head ass nigga came up under the comments saying something about one of the videos was corny. I said, nigga, that AI video that y'all got a document, that AI picture, that AI image that y'all passing around of E9THER is corny as fuck. And he said, oh, that's a point taken. You got a good point. I know I got a good point, because nigga, what the fuck was wrong with the original E9THER image? What was wrong with it? Now y'all using some buttered up paintball picture. Some Dr. York approve of it. Shut your sassy ass up. What you mean he approve of it? He in prison. He ain't trying to argue with you bitches about what y'all gonna do with computer images when he already gave you the images we were supposed to use. He ain't trying to go back and forth. He trying to stay out the fucking hole. Yeah, you good. Yeah, use whatever the fuck picture you want to use. The hell wrong with these people? Now y'all got these folk looking at some AI image thinking that it's him. That ain't him, and that ain't even how he look now. So it's all kind of misleading bullshit going on, nigga. We might be talking about going back to Nubian Islamic Hebrew, but he not going back to Nubian Islamic Hebrew age and days. Then you ain't telling the whole truth. How he look now? Who is he now? What degree is he actually on that he actually has to offer right now? You ain't gonna tell me he got to offer the Nubian Islamic Hebrew degree right now. You cannot tell me that. We already went through that one. He must be saying to y'all that y'all are going backwards. He must be saying to y'all ain't ready for what he got. He said, I can't give you what you want. That means he watching, he observing. He said, these people still want religion. He's seeing the conversations, every conversation that y'all be having in them Telegram chats, and people type it up as transcripts and they send it to him. You don't know that. But he got people doing that. People come and tell him what's being said. I heard the conversation being had. He said the people still want Sabian is a religion, the religious aspect. He said that's what they have because that they want that. One of the elders said, he said that shit dead. He said that Sabian shit is dead. He said, but that's what they want. So they still going around talking about this shit. And I be hearing that and I be like, damn, if only they knew what he was actually saying. How you don't know him though? Long as you don't observe him. You don't remember how deep and invested he was in Islam, and then he hit them folks upside the head and said, nigga, you think I'm following white Arabs? He said, I'm not Islamic. He said, that's my cover. So now y'all creeping y'all way back to Islam. You don't remember what he say? He gives people what they want. He meet people where they are because that's what a master has to do. If you don't speak Spanish, and Spanish is the language you need to be able to get through certain gates, they got to come speaking English to you before you can learn Spanish to show you which translations is what, which letters have certain sounds that are different than English. They got to be able to explain that to you in some type of way. So they have to find someone who speaks English to go in and teach you Spanish. Okay, it's been 24 years he been locked up. If y'all sitting here telling me that he been locked up 24 years, giving y'all all this information, I read the doctrine. That doctrine is too advanced for y'all, and that's why y'all slowed down. In that doctrine, he talking about science. In that doctrine, he talking about chemistry. In that doctrine, he talking about monoatomic gold. In that doctrine, he talking about that Macuzet thing got y'all fucked up. People didn't understand whether it was the powder or the liquid gold or the genetics. And you have to study genetics to understand what he was saying. The 30 spirits, all that is genetics. You got to understand what he actually saying or you'll mystify it. It was too fast for y'all. So it became your speed limit because you couldn't grasp it. Now when he say, oh, here go our symbol, and he pulled back the symbol that was in the beginning, and he say, we going here, we doing this, we wearing that. Y'all like, oh, we got new this. Ain't none of that new. Ain't none of that new. I'm looking at the doctrine, I'm like, this was all the new stuff. He was piecing it together. And y'all didn't apply or use any of it. All you did was ran around talking about it. Didn't apply or use any of it. So I went to the Sabaeans. I tested them out. I tested their spirit. What were they on? Lust. I have to bear witness to what I saw. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I was a child in this and I grew up and I know the truth. I went around the Sabaeans and I was attempting to see whether or not they were ready to take this thing to the next level, and all they could think about is who was sleeping with who. All they could think about is whether or not, remember, you don't remember? Nigga told me I was cop blocking because a female came to me and said she wanted to get in touch with me. And he said I had got her number first and I wasn't the fuck there when the nigga got her. I couldn't believe that a nigga that was sitting on the internet talking about he about to teach people about the Black Buddha and listing all the Dr. Benz and all, somebody supposed to appear like he a teacher, couldn't get past whether or not somebody got a number and wanted to cut his brother off, unfollowed me and everything over a fucking female that I didn't even fuck with, for one, didn't try to fuck with, for two, didn't know that everybody else around me was trying to fuck with. I was doing business with the girl. But they thinking I'm thinking how they thinking, and so I didn't know not one, not two, not three, not four, 5+ niggas had a problem with me because of how the female was gravitating toward me. Like I'm supposed to apologize for being the most dynamic nigga that move in society. That's not my fucking fault, nigga. If you actually absorb Nuwapu, you would be that too. You would be that too, because that's what it make you. I couldn't believe this shit. I'm like, I'm on the phone talking to the nigga. I'm like, wait, hold on. What you said? Because someone told me, hey, check, see the nigga unfollow. I went to go see that shit. I'm like, yo. After all that shit blew up, I say, hold on. I called him. I say, why you unfollow me? That nigga said, I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to talk to Shorty too. Bro, I couldn't believe, for one, I was talking to one of the sons, and I couldn't believe that this was supposed to be a Nuwabian. This is where it all started, like, to really hit me in my age, because this was happening for my parents before me, but this is where it really started to hit me like, wait. Nuwabians supposed to stick together. Nuwabians ain't never supposed to let no outsider come in and boy, I'm bulletproof when it comes to that. I don't give a fuck what y'all niggas got to say about no allegations, accusations. Bitch, let's deal with your doctrine. Let's do that shit in front of the people so that you don't disrespect Dr. Miller Kazi or all the other shit. I ain't got no time to be going head to head about no Yahweh ben Yahweh, none of that. Nigga, let's deal with your doctrine. Let's see whether or not the fuck you know what you actually saying. You know what you saying, not you believe what you talking about. Do you know? Okay, I ended the conversation. We saving the rest of the conversation for people who have done scientific research to figure out what it is that they actually speaking on. Other than that, bro, just go be a Hebrew Israelite and leave everybody else the fuck alone. Let God sift through the nations like they said in the book of Amos and find who the real Israelites are. Nigga, they ain't never said that it's going to be... Man, so now tell Captain Teriyaki, okay, I don't care how hard he at, Tarzari he at, all that. I don't give a fuck. Tell them pull up. They don't want to do that. Tell them, hey, look, get the Hebrew Israelites. Bring 50 of yours. I'll bring 50 of mine. And we'll just stand there and we'll have a conversation. Brothers to brother. No violence. No violence. I'm literally saying, ain't no violence going to be happening. Ain't no violent threats, no none of that. Let me just see how y'all be out there talking and yelling. Let's pick a location. Let's go out there and let's have a real conversation. And I'm going to let you talk. And I'm intelligent to know whether or not you able to let me talk. So if you can't let me talk, I'm just going to look at the camera and say, we're done. And walk off. Because that means you lost. If you don't have the composure that the Spirit supposed to give you and the patience that the Spirit supposed to be able to give you to have these conversations and discourse about what you saying your prophecies are, then please, nigga, I don't got no reason to talk to you. I just want to show the people that you ain't who you say you are and that doctrine ain't really hitting on nothing. It ain't going to turn nobody into no science. They ain't going to own nothing. They ain't going to be able to make shit move, and you just going to keep promising because you feel so oppressed. You just going to keep promising God's going to come here and destroy everything. You hoping God come destroy everything because you ain't got shit. Tell the truth. If you had some shit, come on, think about it now. You standing in the neighborhood, you arguing with a nigga, right? And you say, all right, say less. I'm going to come back and I'm going to add that bitch out. I'm going to blow this whole shit up, right? Okay, cool. So let's say you say that. All right, now switch the stupid ass mentality, this destructive ass mentality that these oppressed ass niggas got. What if you own everything on that motherfucking block that you arguing with the nigga on? You gonna be like, all right, come to the next neighborhood over. You see what I'm saying? Why the fuck y'all want God to come destroy the planet so damn bad? You see what I'm saying? And then we got to wait for that. That means what we going to be doing in the meantime? Or just keep the statutes of command. What the fuck's the point? It's going to be destroyed. Everything going to just blow. Nigga, what the fuck we need to keep it for? Give it to God. He don't want no antiques. We tired of this stupid shit. Nigga, ain't nobody sitting here looking at the sky going to just sit and just wait. Say one day they going to blow up everything. No. There's so much cultivation that's supposed to be taking place before then. If that's going to happen, let's make sure that we get in touch with the actual ones who going to do it then. Because you ain't going to tell me no spirit coming through with no nukes. That's weird. If a spirit coming through the nuke shit, nigga, I don't even want to play no more. I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. I don't want to play. That sounds stupid. So you must be telling me there's an extraterrestrial invasion pending. All right. So the only way we going to have anything to say about moving forward is if we secure our genes, secure our generations moving forward and get in touch with whoever the fuck finna come blow this bitch. If not, then please shut the fuck up. If you can't tell me how to contact the pilot and say, hold up, don't hit over here on this side of Jonesboro. We still getting it together. So the pilot can be like, all right. If I can't contact the pilot and be like, hold on. hey, I just seen y'all pull up. Remember, we got them green lights in the house. If I can't do that, just please shut the fuck up. Keep the Sabbath. How I'm going to keep the Sabbath? It leaves every fucking day. What are you talking about? It's only going to be here 24 hours, nigga. How the fuck I'm going to keep it? When? How long? Every day will have to be the fucking Sabbath in order for me to keep it. Did you ever think of that? Don't do no work on the Sabbath. Okay, do you know if you don't do no work on the Sabbath, do you know that it take work for your lungs to move in and out for you to be able to breathe? Did you ever think of that? That it take work to breathe? If you don't do no work on the Sabbath, you got to hold your breath for 24 hours. And you should be able to do that if you're filled with the Spirit. Did you know that? Do you know if you do no work on the Sabbath, that you can't go up to use the bathroom? Shitty. Did you ever think about that? Did you ever think about that? I thought about it. Do you know if you don't do absolutely no work on the Sabbath, you can't eat nothing, you can't move, you can't roll over. If you open your eyes, you better be like, oh shit, and hold your damn breath. Because you can't do nothing on the Sabbath. It take work to go to sleep. So you better just look at the ceiling. You better pick a point on your ceiling and just look at it, nigga. Because if you even move your eyes left or right, nigga, that take work. You lying. Can't nobody keep the Sabbath because it's fucking possible. Please don't play around with me. Please don't play around this way. Don't play around. You don't want to do it. This is God's word. No, it's not. There go the author right here. Here you go. Here you go. That's the author. That's not God. We're going to the King James version. You going to who version? There shouldn't be no King James version. There should only be God's version. I thought you said it come from God. Shit don't make no damn sense. We follow the books of Moses. Hey man, leave us alone and we'll leave you alone. That's all I'm saying. Stop getting mad at Dr. Malachi York because he challenged your shit and you weren't able to stand up. I'm one of his sons. Come on. I'm really one of his sons. I'm not saying biologically. I'm saying I'm one of his sons. I'm one of the ones. So I'm not even finna go and refer to 360 questions to ask a Hebrew Israelite. Nigga, I was taught to find my own questions to ask y'all, and I got plenty. Tell them pull up. Yeah, I'm not offended by nothing he said about the conscious community, nigga. I said the same shit. I'm just saying, why you picking on Blue Pill? Come over here. They love to put everybody else's name. You seen that? They'll put Blue Pill, Red Pill. They'll call everybody else. Come on, Al-Kibilon 44. I heard you saying something. Hey, phase 1 is in your face, literally. And you keep looking around at everybody else. I'm saying, come on. What's up? You looking over at another nigga like, why you laughing? No, look at me. See what I'm saying? Nah, come play this way. Everybody ducking. Nah, we gonna get this shit set straight. Pick up your damn sword. This ain't no game. When you see things moving around me, pay attention. A lot of y'all think certain shit is what it appear to be. I told you, don't believe anything you see. You know how deep it get? I'm going to tell you how deep it get. It gets so deep that if they see me moving with 2 women, they got to assume I'm sleeping with 2 women. So you want to know what happens? Somebody else might say, hey, yo, congratulations. And I'll pull them to the side and I'll say, what's that congratulations for? Oh, congratulations on you being in a polygamous relationship. I said, oh, so you believe what you hear. And I just look at them, they look at me. I said, don't believe everything you hear. I did that so that these people around can expose themselves more. And I'm telling the truth. Some of y'all might be in here who I pulled to the side and said that to. Because when I said that, I said, look, watch people. Because everybody think that when they see something on the surface, that's what it is. So I say, hey, you want to know what else? Keep these people the fuck away from you as long as you can until you decide you don't want to move that way no more. I can't do nothing about that. My job was to keep you out the way. So if I say, hey, tell these people that you with me, get what they going to do? They going to move different with you now. They going to expose how they would have moved and move in a different way. Or other people going to expose their anger and hatred. And then some people going to try to replicate it. Say, oh, he got 2 mates. I'm going to get 2 mates. Why are you getting 2 mates? First of all, do you know whether or not I do? I'm a text message away. Everybody can call me to ask me for something. Ask me for an advice. Get a reading. All of that. But when it comes down for something that people have a discrepancy about or disagreement about, nobody contacts me. Everybody make their own decision about how they want to move around me. But the point is, nigga, I am a master. I told you don't believe anything you see or hear. I told you don't believe that shit, nigga. I'm going to put everybody through the test. Everybody. The ones I'm sending to test people are being tested while they being tested. So two people bringing each other a test at the same time don't even know I sent both of them. Nigga, this shit is real. There is no other Omari. It's real. You see what I'm saying? I'm a nigga that can sit and become 500 pounds and never forget who he is. And then when my timer go off, I'll disappear for 6 months and come back looking like this nigga on the damn thing. I'm that nigga that I never forget shit that I was programmed to be. So I watch people. The first rule of thumb, anybody come around, they must be battle tested. Anybody come around you, you got to be crazy. Anybody come around you, they must be battle tested. Second rule of thumb, always play dumb. Always play dumb. A wise man can play dumb. Dumb man can play wise. You see what I'm saying? Let me tell you how to play dumb. Two people having a dispute, pick a side. Pick a side. Say, yo, I really think you need to stop bothering this person, man. Everything they do, I realize they don't really do nothing. You being mean to them. Why you being mean to them? Now that person thinking, oh, wow, I got over on him. He don't see that I'm a conniving ass motherfucker behind the scene. Oh, no, he do see it, but he a master. So he ain't finna come in and say, yo, let's neutrally handle it. No, I'm gonna put you on that side to make you think you played me, and I'm gonna put pressure on the one who think I'm choosing sides. Stop playing. Stop playing. I observed the master. I done read countless letters of his. I can't tell you how many. These people be out here saying one thing and he done said a totally different thing, and I keep my mouth closed. I'm seeing how he doing this shit. He playing all these people. Because they think they playing him. He playing all of them, though. I'm like, I don't know how he do it, but I saw the formula, nigga. There's no reversing this shit. I saw the formula. But I'm telling you, I can escape prison. Not because of no spoon and no wall. Because of human beings and they little brains. They little brains. I convinced the CEO or the warden to just walk me off the motherfucking compound, nigga, if I have enough signs in my pocket that day. This man is something different. I don't know how they forgot it because of where he at. Just last night, I don't give a fuck, I'll tell you. Just last night, I was standing outside for 2-3 hours, nigga. Just last night, I'm standing outside. It's not cloudy. I see an object in the sky. Do I know what it is? No. That means it's a what? A UFO. Because I don't know what it is. Don't mean it's aliens. It just means a UFO. So I saw a UFO, an unidentified flying object. I could not identify it because it wasn't blinking. It had a golden glow. And you want to know what else? Everywhere it went, there was a fuzz in front of it, covering it up. No clouds. Every plane that passed by, see it clear as day. But this object, a fuzz. And it was moving slow with no blinking. And I said, oh. So I started having conversations out loud. Yep, that's what you would have saw. I said, yo, what? I said, you're not a plane. What is that? I said, who driving this shit? I said, what? So I'm really stuck for a second. And then it started to dip out further in the distance. And then it stuck there for a second, or stayed there for a second. And then I couldn't see it anymore. I'm like, what the fuck was that? But before it went away, you want to know what I did? I said, yeah, no. And you want to know what happened when I said that? The sky flashed. That was my sign. I don't care what nobody say. They don't know who this man is. And they cannot separate the man from Yanun. That's another thing I realized. It took me a second. I'm like, wait, they don't know how to separate the man from Yanun. Yanun is not in prison, bro. I don't know how to explain it, so I don't give a fuck. But it's like, he not in prison. Malachi might be in prison, but they cannot separate. It's like, yo, this is why he said to the women, he said, y'all women need to stop having children with dumb men. He said, just because you think they're cute, you need to stop having children with dumb men. He said, because the more advanced mentally that your children are, the more apt they are to be able to be in contact with extraterrestrials. This is what he was saying, Dr. Malachi. Which would mean you would have to have the mental capacity to be able to understand and comprehend certain things in order to ascend to certain degrees. I do think most people around me be slow. Because I'll be like, how do you see the sign and it registered and you still flip? You see it and I have to ask you so you can know that. I say, you bear witness? I bear witness. And then you still flip. I'm like, oh, they were slow. It's not even their fault because it's like genetically, you know, how many people don't know this? Your brain activity, how you think and all of that is based on genetics. Did you know that? Did you know that if you got two people in your family past, in your prior generation, in your past life, meaning your mother and your father, if both of them throwed off, the chances of you being thrown off are highly increased. Just off of the principle alone of the 50% information that came from the sperm cell of your father and the 50% information in the egg of your mother, and that payload having all that piece of whatever that throw them off, and then the instructions inside of the vessel having that which throws you off, then you're going to be thrown off. The only thing that can shift that epigenetically, as they call it, is environmental factors. You being raised up in an environment where you're playing mental games and you're abstaining from certain addictions and da-da-da-da, like Nuwapu. Nuwapu is a controlled environment that stops the regressive genetics from being able to activate. Nuwapu is like the garden, and I was raised in it. That's how I can say that. You see, that don't mean we never saw anything outside. We saw things outside of it, but we looked at it like it was strange. And I don't feel like I was sheltered. I feel like I was protected. I'm so grateful for my mama. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not one of them children who have a problem with their parent because their parents sheltered them. No. Thank you so much. If you want to call it shelter, protected, kept me in a dungeon, hey, thank you. Because some people don't know how important and vital it was to have been protected until you get out in the world and see what'll happen to you. You know how many people have experienced traumas outside of the safe keeping of their guardianship, or didn't even have guardians in the garden to keep them from jumping off the ship or keep them inside of a safe place? Do you know how many people have experienced traumas that would have rather have been sheltered than out here in the world to experience the trauma? You see what I'm explaining to you? So by the time I was of age, 12 years old, I was able to start going out. I wasn't outside before then. I was inside studying. And when I heard about the second and third graders and fourth graders doing the things they was doing, I was shocked and disgusted in class. The type of thing they were talking about, I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. I come home and tell my mama, we're 9. What are you talking about? We're 7. We're 6. What are you even saying? How do you even know these things? To do this and do that, and people sneaking off from class to go do this, and I couldn't understand Babylon because I was protected. So even because of that, even when I did have to go into the public schools, you want to know what I got from my mother? I got prepping. She told me, hey, watch for this. Don't let nobody this. Don't let nobody touch your hair. You got a big ass afro. Don't let nobody touch your hair. No, don't be in no little girls' faces. You can like a little girl, but don't be in no girls' faces. Da-da-da-da, woo-da-woo. Hey, oh, nah, ain't no, who having a party? No, you ain't going to that party. Oh, yeah, let me talk to their mama. Okay, you can go to that one. But when you go to this one, make sure this, and this, and I'm going to be there in an hour. I'm going to be there in 2 hours. What? My mama stayed around me, and I'm grateful for it. And it's like we should have that in our community, but what do we got out here? We got people, especially those of y'all men, y'all understand what I'm saying. We got people who, if you step in to say, nah, that ain't it, they'll get mad at you. They'll get upset with you. Now, let me show you how that sound. I'm not coming from no self-righteous point. This is coming from clean. I don't even like going live if my vessel ain't clean. This is coming from a clean standpoint. I ain't been indulging in shit. And for the past 9 days, I done just been waking up and flying. So this is what it's about. I'm working on books. I got all kind of stuff that I'm doing. And I've been looking at the skies lately too, and spending time with self lately also. So a lot of that got something to do with it. So I'm just seeing things clearer. And I do check and see whether or not I'm making, you know what I'm saying, sense and all of that, and whether or not this is adding up. And then after I see it, I say, I'm not going to doubt myself. I know what the fuck I'm seeing. How many people understand? And it don't just got to be men. Sometimes it could be a woman. A woman might be like saying the same thing, or a parent. You might be a parent, so you might face the same thing. How many people know that 6-ether force, that snake force, will get upset with you if you keep people from it? How many people know that? It's like irritating a spirit. You see, let me give you an example of something. So, because of how society has been primed as of late, and again, if you read my How to Love Again book, you know about why a lot of this took place. And maybe I'll start putting them books out again. Right? If you're a man and you look out for your woman or women around you and you say, yo, I don't think that's a good idea, or yo, where you at right now? Where you gonna be? What time you getting back? If you say stuff like that, it triggers women. You want to know why it triggers women? Because of their previous relationships with those who might have been abusive. Those people who might have been putting their hands on them. Those people who might have been out there running around cheating and doing everything they want to do, and then trying to lay the ride against a woman. Or just because of the association with those who took the feminist route. You see, where the women started to cause revolutions to activate against men, which wasn't even really what feminism was about to begin with, but that's what it became. And then you remember the women empowerment and the Meg Thee Stallion and the Protect Black Women, and the men started going against the women. So that made it worse. Every time men went against the women's movement, it just made it worse. And the women fought back harder and harder and harder. And they're stronger than us. So now niggas, all they could do is just shrivel off into the corner or date each other, those who didn't have no backbone. Myself, I stood in the middle looking at it, and I was telling the men, I said, hey, be quiet. We need to stay out of this. These women who saying they think Meg got shot, we need to stay out of that. Ain't no, we wasn't there. So the least we can do is shut the fuck up. Let the women who do that express how they feel and connect with each other and be a girl's girl. I ain't never heard of no boy's boy. We're not wired the same. Let the women's be girls and stay the fuck out of it. Niggas ain't want to stay the fuck out of it. They want to do podcasts, talk. Some niggas still mad because they was hurt in the past and da-da-da-da. And niggas don't even, it don't take long for niggas to heal. All niggas have to do is decide to heal. Women have a healing process and things they got to get out their system and da-da. All a man got to do is just decide. So like niggas just sitting there, shitting in their shit and just won't decide. Bro, we heal faster. You see what I'm saying? Like, just let that shit go. Whatever done happened in the past, let that shit go. Whatever woman done did this to you, that don't mean hate and abuse and get mad at every woman. Niggas literally look at women and be mad. You see these men talking in circles with the women and they on the podcast and the women speak and you can see their whole energy shift when the women start speaking. Y'all have started to hate men, women and love the men. You see what I'm saying? So my point is, because of that, you have this environment out here now in society where if you say, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They'll say you're controlling. And I got tired of hearing it. I done got tired of hearing that shit because like now it's the same thing like having a parent. My mother, I watch her with some of us. I got 7 brothers and sisters. Sometimes she tell us to do shit and won't listen. Okay, one of the strongest and hardest degrees my mother had to give me is you got to let people go. Not let them go like cut them off from your life. It's like sometimes you got to let the child, I'm not saying literally, this is an analogy. Sometimes you got to let the child touch the fire to understand that it's hot. You see what I'm saying? And then that's how the elders used to teach us. A lot of us got soft on that. The elders used to sit back and say, hold on. And the child touched the stove. I bet you ain't going to do that no more, are you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's hot. They'll let you learn what hot is after you touch it. You see what I'm saying? So we don't have that now. So there's a lot of people that's out here running without that same background of having the experience or the hindsight. You see what I'm saying? In their foundation. So they don't have the wisdom of that. You get what I'm saying? So my point is, I learned that. So you got to let people go. But it's like it's especially for those of you who understand it from the man's standpoint, sometimes it's like women operate like children too. Not just men. Women operate like children. Men operate like children in a certain way. They need to be nurtured and things like that at certain times. And they want a relationship similar to if they had the mother that was, kind to him and loving to him. Niggas want a relationship similar to that. Yeah, that's okay. Men are like boys. That's why they call it mama's boy. And he said daddy's girl, because when the girl was with her father, she was able to just run around and do whatever, because it was the father that was stopping the stuff from happening. He didn't have to yell to the girl, get out the street. He just, hey, scoop up, hey, princess, where are you going? Da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? The little boy runs to the street, hey, get your ass out the street. It was a different, you see what I'm saying? We ain't no daddy's boys. We mama's boys, and the girls are daddy's girls. And so when a woman is with a man who's able to stand in his proper seat, masculine-wise, and operate from there, they like to say, oh, I like to be just carefree and da-da-da-da, whoop-de-whoop. Yeah, that's a lot of her nature. And then the man is with the woman he want to be taken care of in the way that he taken care of because he's dealing with all this other stuff. You see what I'm saying? So then because of how they raise us up, it's a huge imbalance. And what does that mean? That means that if a man say, nah, that ain't it. Or if a man checking and trying to see what's moving, that's called controlling. That's called invasion of privacy. You want to know why they was able to get to Eve? Because of that same thing. They was able to get to Eve because of that same shit. And I'm just using that analogy because this is what Dr. Melikazi York was teaching. They want to get to the woman because the woman moving around careless, and the society out here wants her snatched. Because once the woman is snatched, then the empire falls. And it's so difficult to show that. It's so difficult to share that with people in today's day and age when all they seeing is don't let him control you. Don't tell him what da-da-da-da. And I'm not talking about no one person. I'm speaking on the whole situation. So let me give you an example. If I say, and this occurred, if I say, I don't know about that, because first of all, I ain't even heard about this. I don't know about that. What's that with that? And then I find out information. I say, no, that ain't the move. Two people are upset. Look at the situation. Two people are upset on the outside because they planning something to do. And they saying, no, it's just going to be this. They literally saying, no, we just going to sip a little wine. No, we just going to chill a little bit. And I'm listening to what they say. I'm like, I know y'all, right? You ain't talking. I'm not trying to find out how much is life insurance. Do you know I know you on this phone right now? You telling me that your plan for a girls' night is for everybody to just sip some wine and sit there and chill. And that ain't never been your plan ever in life. And that ain't never been your plan ever in life. So that's what you telling me. Well, it just feel like you're trying to control them by not letting them come. It didn't sound like who I was talking to. It sounded like hissing. And I started moving. I got up and started moving around. I said, wait a minute, let me ask you a question. What would be the problem if I'm saying that they can't attend? If I say the sisters around me ain't going to that, what would really be the problem? Oh, no, you're trying to control them. I said, there go y'all word. I said, control is not a bad thing. If things are under control, if someone can control their desires, if people are operating and handling an experiment in a controlled environment, if you have control over your car, that's not a bad thing. You're using the word control as a slur for structure. There's structure. So if I say to you, oh, no, that's not the move. I don't think they should come to that. Here's how y'all could do it. Y'all want to do it? Come to the spot. Y'all have this or that. I'll go to the studio. I only got to be there. But come to the spot. That's a different type of environment, and everybody can't come to that spot. They don't like that. And I ain't doing all that. Okay, cool. So then you got to ask yourself, what would make it be that I would still be on the phone for damn near an hour explaining and talking to someone who's supposed to understand this shit while I'm saying what I'm saying? Because that energy is out there. It is trying to snatch people. Now, let me put on my crazy man at the chalkboard Einstein hat. You ready? Be careful. Leviathan is winning. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe I was too far down there with these people because I was moving with them. But when I came up out of there, from around what that was, Leviathan is winning. Be careful. I thought we beat Leviathan. No. Leviathan is winning. I don't know how they did it. Maybe it's the devices. Maybe it was the pornography. Maybe, I don't know what happened. But Leviathan is winning. And they're boasting about it. Pay attention. All these movies they coming out with, all these animal movies, the beast this, Heart of the Beast, dog this, another dog movie, a cat movie here, a dinosaur movie here, in a movie they just came out with, they got dinosaurs having. Leviathan is winning. That shit hit me last night, nigga, because I'm working on the book, Boundless. And I'm like, yo, I said, I get it. It's the same thing he was talking about in 2004. I thought that we could beat it. Leviathan winning. So it's no longer, hey, let's all move. Hey, get away. It's like a virus. And once it get on the people, especially after they integrate to a certain, boy, it's winning. It take over their being. So let me show you what I mean. And so I let the night pass on. Those around me, the women around me, did not attend. You want to know what I saw? I saw stories where they're posting what the event was like. They told me they were going to be in the house sipping wine. It was all cool, like a fucking book club. I said, okay, cool. They're still not coming. I don't suggest that. I don't advise that. Now, it was never brought to me other than me having to hear it indirectly anyway, so I thought that was strange. But I was like, I don't care. I'm still going to speak because my heart telling me to speak. If they saying they want to go skating, I don't hear nothing negative. They saying they want to go to Florida, I don't hear nothing negative. People saying stuff around me they want to do, I don't hear nothing negative. But this girl night shit, something rang off what I see. Man, I see videos of they trying to get back in the house and females land on their damn face on the concrete because they sloppy drunk from alcohol. I see videos where they in the club surrounded by actual red light, taking shots, drinking, throwing it back. I'm like, that's not a fucking book club. I know I wasn't tripping. You see what I'm saying? And then once that happened, they'll still be upset with you. They'll still be upset that you didn't and I'm like, I don't get it. If you got all these other people coming, you got your friends, this other one got their friend, all these other women. I said something. Ain't it crazy that we even have to explain it? You got to explain it because if you don't, all they can hear is, you're not their parents. You want to know the people who say you're not their parents? They didn't listen to their motherfucking parents. It's them same ones who be talking about, you're not their dad, you're not their parent. Did you listen to your parents? When your parents gave you guidance, did you actually adhere to it? Or did you say that they was controlling? Did you sneak out? Did you break away? Did you not listen? So I have to tell y'all this because my experiences, here's how I look at it. I could be wrong. My experiences align with the experiences of the chosen. And so I find a way to take what's moving around me and turn it into degrees and lessons that might happen around you or be happening around you regardless of what point on your journey you are at. They are trying to snatch people, bro. And if you say no and you hold them, not only do sometimes the ones out there get upset and start hissing, you might deal with resentment inside. Bro, they snatching people. I know it's happening because how can someone go from being able to look you in your eyes to not looking you in your eyes? You see? How? I'm the same being I've always been. I'm going to look at you and look you in your eye, but I have to notice if you can't look me in mine. Something done happened. I was on the phone with a sister recently, and she was explaining, I'm not going to put her information out, but she was explaining it to me. And she was talking about a situation. I said, I already know. And she was like, yeah. I said, yeah, I know. Because when you came to me, you didn't look me in the eyes. And she was like, yeah. I said, because what people don't understand is when you indulge, you wear it. You wear it. If I could take my eyes out and show them to you, you'll think I got like some thermal vision. Leviathan is worn. You wear it. You see? That's why when I was talking to Bank, when he was saying, what they saying about all them 14-year-old girls, da-da-da-da. And I said, I don't know nothing about the 14-year-old girls and never traced back to Dr. York. And he was like, but still, if it was happening, Then shouldn't they have felt safe to be able to come to him and da-da-da-da? They should have still been like, feeling like they could have told him. I said, man, you could be 30 as opposed to 14 alone. You could be 30 and something happened to you as a woman and you don't feel safe speaking about it. You're like, you good, bro, you good. You should have went to school, bro. I get you. You good. Yeah, you should have went to school. My question, why would you even be... Listen, don't try to trap me with a question. Ask me the real question. Get the real answer. Because, no, I'm not good. I don't need to be no lawyer to tell you the truth. You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, that's adverse. The truth is, it don't matter what age a woman is. If something happened to her, that don't mean... You could be her brother. There's people that's got siblings, something that happened to, and they don't find out 15, 16, 20 years after the incident. You see what I'm saying? It's a certain setting, it's a certain comfort, it's a certain safeness, it's a certain type of safe space that's provided for that to even occur, if it ever occurs, because some women take it to the grave because they don't think nobody care, or they just shove it down. So I'm listening to this man, I'm like, you must ain't spoke to enough women. I have. And you got to be able to speak to enough women without trying to bed them. And they'll tell you what they done went through and da-da-da-da just because you that ear. And let niggas call you, oh, you ain't hit her? Nah, I didn't hit her. But I heard her. And from what I heard, I got to look at you a certain way just based on what you just asked me. You see what I'm saying? Because niggas think of it only to be a transactional thing sexually if they dealing with a woman. So because of that, again, they want to project that on you. I'm not that. I don't have to be dealing with a woman sexually. If anything, it was the women who felt like they had to deal with me sexually to be around me. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't phase one or Omari saying we must have sex. You get me? So it's just one of those things where when you really look into it, you'll see there are a lot of pieces lacking from that. And a lot of people lost their way because of that. You see? So a lot of people got upset. I saw that. People were upset. It's just, was I wrong? No. I'm like, wait a minute. I see this shit happening. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. But what would have been? You see what I'm saying? It would have meant my two were going to be wrapped up in it. Or anybody around me wrapped up in it. That's my point. My point to you is Leviathan is snatching people. So you got to be careful. I'm just saying it. You can't say it and not be living it, though, because it don't mean nothing. I'm living it. You really do got to be careful about Leviathan. It's real sneaky, real crafty. And it don't give a fuck because its whole goal is to replicate, to maintain the amber light that suits those who feed off of it. Human beings are batteries and plugs that are shifting inside this reality and moving around this electrical circuit board simulation, whatever you want to call it, and y'all are fueling it. Human beings fuel this reality called the NASA plane. I refer to it in the Boundless book as the primitive plane. And that primitive plane, which is just one of the 4 planes you go up to 1440 degrees, all right? If we go 360, then you go 720, then 1080, then 1440, is one of the planes that you embark upon. You see? So that primitive plane got most people activated in that amber light. It wasn't no mistake that I saw amber light all around them in the club. I'm like, yo. But I'm talking to them saying, you can have fun without going out into the world. You don't have to go in the world to have fun. How many times I told y'all that? You think you want to have you a fun night? All right, you should bring that shit to your house, or you know what I'm saying, or go to someone trusted, But all that out in the world shit, for one, that's a wrap. It's a lot of shit going on. I'm not telling nobody not to have fun. The point I'm saying is, what is this huge focus on? I want to have fun right now. That shit making me nervous. I just want to live my life. I want to have fun. We just having fun. You doing too much. Why? Whoa. Wait a minute. That what you telling me? It's like when you in the room, the interrogation room, right? You got your people in there, or however the movie scene where niggas draw the guns. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all get what I'm saying. Be quiet. The movie scene where the mob and all them niggas. The suits, you gotta think of the suits. It's a library, it's a movie scene, and some guns involved. And niggas all draw their gun, but then the nigga, he turned it and he point the gun at you, and you like, man, stop playing. What the fuck is you doing? And then you look again, you like, no, not you. It's not possible. That's how this shit be feeling like. If I'm talking to family and I'm trying to figure something out, I'm like, yo, how you not hearing this? And you go to people that you've been around for years and you like, yo, how you not hearing this? And it be the most random thing. You call somebody who always, no matter who or whatever going on, you call them, it's like, yo, they can sit and talk with you for hours and hours and hours. You call them and you talk to them for 30 seconds. You like, they say to you, yo, you ever thought maybe, people tired of your shit? What? Yeah, man. Yeah. I'll call you later. What? It's like, what the fuck is happening? It's one of them John Wick's excommunicado things. It's like, if that's happening to you, don't feel bad, because, nigga, this shit real. Leviathan. It's Leviathan. I know who it is. But it's like everybody got their test. Everybody got their thing. So I don't want people to feel like if I spoke and you feel hit by it, because some people be hitting me up. It's crazy. Some people call me and text me, be like, yo, I heard you on live saying this. I'm like, I wasn't talking about you. No, I actually was not talking about you. It's just, I guess because I'm able to generalize it in that degree, so many people feel like I'm talking to them and they feel hit by it. I guess that's how I feel when people be in church. I'm not trying to come out self-righteous. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I'm just doing my best to tell the most truth I can right now about this situation called Leviathan. Nigga, that shit is real. It's real. And it ain't just women affected by it. It's men affected by it too. If you look at the root cause of a lot of people that were supposed to be moving and doing certain things, what was the root cause of them falling off? The root cause of a lot of these people around that start to fall off and teeter away was the flesh. They want to get with this girl, or this girl want to get with this dude, or this girl want to get with this girl. As far as I know, I ain't heard about no dude want to get with this dude. We ain't seen that around. That don't mean it ain't, a conversation. That's why they call it DL. I'm just saying, a lot of that started from people wanting to be with this and do this. It didn't have nothing to do with, like, this is a journey where you really don't have to you don't have to attach yourself to someone to transform. That's why I told people who came as a couple to stay together. I ain't say, hey, come in and jump each other all over and da-da. I ain't say none of that. I did everything I could to keep people out of that. And what do people do? They just do what they want to do. So don't tell me I'm controlling, because I saw people doing whatever they wanted to do, and I didn't make nobody do shit. Once I advise you, I'm out your way. Once you show me that's what you're going to do, I'm out your way. And I'm not going to handle you no way. You see what I'm saying? This was the thing that I was told about, but I had to see what it actually is. It's Leviathan. It's that snake force. Nachash and his children is that. And it's like, I can know that that's happening and not hate you. But if you're going to choose the world, you need to choose it loudly. Don't be trying to whisper that shit, because then I'm going to realize it and I'm going to be like, hey! And everybody going to look at me like, why the fuck is you yelling? They should have been yelling. They should have been yelling. They didn't tell me that they was choosing. You got to let me know if you're going to do that. Don't choose the world and be around me. Choose the world loudly. Don't choose the world and try to show up at the events. Choose the world and don't show up at no damn events. If you're going to choose the world, choose the world. Why you got to slander me while you doing it? You see? Y'all ever seen the movies where, like the This Is the End movie? Where, who was it? It was Kevin Hart, or I think it was Kevin Hart. And one of these actors was holding on to Kevin Hart's foot. And he was like, let me go. They holding on because they were falling. You see what I'm saying? And dragging you down with them. It's like, yo, don't get mad at me or try to pull me